There you go. There you go. Well, interesting bell there. The circle? What the heck's the circle? I have no idea. I've never seen that one before. But he's ringing the bell by hand. There you go. Broad and wall, close. Market's close. We're open. We're open for business. Check it out. Dow down 130 or so, 170 in the Nasdaq. So, folks, this is, I got to preface this with market was up a little bit, and then this feud broke out. This feud broke out between Elon Musk and Donald Trump, and the first thing to go was Tesla stock. Ben, do we have that Tesla chart? I've been watching Tesla all day just fall apart. Started out a little bit lower, and look at that. The thing had just pooped the bed, as they say on Wall Street. They don't use poop. 200. Look at that. 275 down. $56. That was about an hour ago, folks. So Tesla goes down. The stock market starts to get negative. Everyone's trying to go, what the heck is going on? People took a break. I'll tell you what else got hit. The crypto market. The crypto market got smoked. Let me just take a quick peek on where crypto is at the second. But right now, 101,900 Bitcoin. So we're substantially down, like $4,000 from yesterday alone in crypto. Yeah, there's 102,001, right? So 3,000 as we speak from yesterday's price. But when we were here talking yesterday, we were about 106,000 crypto. So Tesla started to go, cryptos started to go across the board. Even the Trump crypto coin took a bit of a hit too. It took a substantial hit as well. So everyone's a little nervous about this feud going back and forth. Because remember, Trump said maybe we should pull some of Tesla's, favorable tax treatments. And Elon said, well, this bill is bad. And so this fighting. Go ahead, Mad Dog, tell me again, what do you have?
Just stand by on Brian.
Okay, just waiting on Brian. So this feud's been going back and forth all day. First, I thought it was a joke. First, I thought this was, maybe they're yucking it up a little bit at our expense. And then it got a little bit more serious. And then I thought maybe this is a way that Elon and Trump can maybe get the Senate to fix some of the things in the bill that a lot of people don't like. Certainly a lot of hardcore MAGA fiscal conservative folks don't like, and thought that was going back and forth. And then it got a little personal. Because Elon made some comments about the Epstein files and Trump being on it. And then Trump said, look, maybe we should pull some of those favorable tax treatments to some of Musk's Tesla, Starlink, et cetera. And those stocks started to hit. So this seems to be real. I mean, I hope we have Ben at the end of the show, see if he can tell us if he thinks it's real. I'm not sure. What's the story? Mad Dog, tell me what's happening. Let me know.
We're still standing by on Brian.
We're standing by. All right, so pull up some of these tweets then. Let's see if you can pull up some of the tweets that have been talking about, that have been going back and forth. No, not the heck's that the one. There we go. Elon Musk, without me, Trump would have lost the election. See, that was the first real kind of like stick it to Trump tweet, or call it an X or post on X. So without me, he would have lost the election. And Trump, I've known him a long time. And you remember when he famously said, if someone punches me, I'll punch him back 10 times harder. He was laying low, and I really didn't get it. So he had the German chancellor in the Oval Office, and that may have been the reason why. But it's so unlike Trump to take a shot like that without really going aggressively at him. And then it escalated. Do we have another one? Time to drop the real. Oh, this is the other one. Yeah, this is the one where it kind of got nasty. Not kind of. This is uncalled for. Time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. It's the real reason they've not been made public. Have a nice day. And of course, the implication there is that the promises for the Epstein files from Pam Bondi, Attorney General, and also Kash Patel, FBI Director, that maybe they were holding. That's the implication. That's the what's going around on social media. Are they holding back because of Trump being in it? I would certainly hope that's not the case, but it's so. And then I don't know if we have it, but Trump saying, there we go. The easiest way to, here we go. Good job, guys. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. So hold that tweet up there for a second. There's a reason, there's a couple of things in there, right? So the billions and billions on the subsidies, government subsidies, meaning for electric cars. So if you buy an electric vehicle, right now there's a $7,500 federal grant that you get if you buy an electric vehicle with certain amount of at certain price levels. But the other one, the contracts, right? So the contracts. Think about this is the big one. Now NASA, right? NASA and SpaceX have a massive contract. We were just at NASA a couple of months ago, watching a Starlink rocket take off with NASA branding on it. So there's a huge contract in there, and it helps Elon Musk because you're using the government scientists, background, some finances, and on the other side, the government gets to use some of the technology that Elon has developed. So this is really big because it not only hits Tesla with the subsidies for electric vehicles, it actually hits Elon Musk's other company, Starlink, with the government contract. Is he going to pull the NASA contract now? I don't know. I mean, I hope not, because we really do need the space exploration and space travel. I mean, that's a great joint public-private hybrid joint venture that I hope stays in place. And it's really interesting that Trump tweeted or X'd Truth, I guess he did. The easiest way to save money is to terminate Elon's, not Tesla's and Starlink's, Elon. So this, folks, has become extremely, extremely personal. What do you think? Well, hit me up. I'm curious to hear what you have to say about all this. Okay, let's bring in our RAV Chief White House Correspondent, Brian Glenn. Let's talk a little bit about this. Brian, I've been talking about it for the past 6.5 minutes or so. It just feels, I don't know, let's call it icky to me as a lover of both everything Trump is trying to do and doing, and really respect Elon Musk and what he has done. So you feel the same way?
Yeah. I do, Eric. I actually feel a lot like I did on Butler, to be honest with you. And I'm getting some slap back on my IFB guys, just so you know, to correct that. What I mean by that is we had so much momentum. We had so much collectiveness in this party. We had working on the big, beautiful bill. We're working on all the elements. We're making sure the Trump agenda gets funded. We're working on all of that. And then it goes from, maybe it's not the most perfect bill and it doesn't cut, and it's got all this stuff, to basically mentioning the Epstein files. I don't know how we got from point A to point B, but it's very disturbing to me. And to be honest with you, I've really had to process this the last 90 minutes or so when these messages were getting fired back and forth. And I obviously, I've got my theory that if in fact there was anything mischievous with that Epstein file, I think the administration that occupied that White House before President Trump would have done everything in their power. They tried to shoot this man in the head. They raided Mar-a-Lago. They hit him with 34 indictments in New York on a bunch of bull crap. And then if they had anything, if there was anything there, they would have played that card and he would not be in the office. So I'm kind of discrediting that, Eric, and I said this during Gruber's show. I'm starting to feel like some of these tweets were just kind of an emotional state, maybe a little anger. Maybe you push something out. Have you ever sent that text message you wish you could resend and have it sent back to you? I'm hoping that the waters settle on this. But if I could, just for a second, and I was trying to get some advice on this earlier, and I was told, don't do it. But I'm going to do it anyway. I want these two gentlemen in a room together, and I want that to happen in the next 24 hours. I think it's very important that you take the two most powerful people in the world right now, two people that when they're together on the same team, working hand in hand, they can accomplish anything, and I mean anything. And to have this happen right now is watching a really bad divorce unfold in front of you, and I don't like it, and I know the American people don't like it. I don't give a crap about Ukraine right now. I don't give a crap about Chinese tariffs. I don't give a crap about trade right now. I care about this country. We have the two most powerful people in this country at each other's throat right now, and I don't like it, and it needs to be resolved.
So I think you're hitting the nail on it. It's like watching your two parents, in the midst of a really, really bad fight and divorce. But here's the issue. I mean, Brian, so MAGA, obviously behind Donald Trump's agenda, his policies. We've been very much in support of Elon Musk about basically saving free speech in America by buying Twitter, turning it into a free speech platform. Do we have to pick and choose which dad we want to live with?
Yeah, no, I want to live with both of them. I think we can live with both of them. Look, Elon put a lot of money in, if I'm not mistaken, Pennsylvania to make sure we had enough.
I think over 100 million.
Get out the
Brian.
vote. So
I think, if I'm not mistaken, he dropped
$100 million.
$100 million into Pennsylvania, and he started there. That's where he started. He said, "I commit $45 million" the day Trump got shot in the ear, the next morning, and that's where he did start. And remember, he was doing $1 million a day for people to sign up to vote. Remember that? So he spent a lot of money. And I'm not saying Trump won because of Elon. I'm just saying they were buds. I hate this, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, and I was just going to add, after the 2020 election, when America was basically demoralized, we were down. We had gotten the election was stolen. You had January 6th, all of that. There were two people in Congress, and I'm going to name them, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. Those two people went on the road and did kind of a Save America roadshow of getting our energy back, getting MAGA back, getting our chin and our head up after we just were defeated. So to say that, you know, Elon Musk won the election, he was big in helping win the election, obviously, with his resources and just getting behind the president. But think of the millions of people that are watching us right now, Eric, that don't have the millions of dollars to donate. They sent the $5 to $10. They went out and door knocked. They put yard signs. They did everything they could to help him win in 2024. And so, you know, my heart goes out to those people. We fought too damn hard to be in this White House, to have this type of dialogue going back and forth. And I'm sorry if I'm angry, it's because I am.
What do you make of folks? And I'll be honest with you, I thought this was some sort of staged, you know, theatrics going on early when the tweets before they got like personal, and maybe it was surrounding what Trump is trying to get accomplished with the Senate, with the bill, maybe even who knows, start over. I don't know. It felt like something more. I was missing something, but viscerally, this is real, I guess. Yeah. What are they saying there?
Yeah. I spent some time in the briefing room right before we came on the show, and I was just trying to get the pulse of a few people that were in there, and they are shocked that it's gone to this degree, this personal degree. Now, I can understand this. We disagree on policy all the time. There's Republicans that disagree on policy. There's obviously Democrats that disagree with our policy. But when you go to a personal level, especially you associate President Trump with the Epstein files, that's on a different level, and I don't know. That's why I wish Dr. Drew or somebody was here, because these two individuals need to get the same room, put it out on the table and say, look, this is where we can agree, this is where we can disagree, and this is the middle that needs to be worked on. And that's what needs to happen, Eric, because this country is the greatest country on God's green earth. And I think that Elon Musk has contributed so much with his technologies, with his innovation, with all, you know, Starlink, SpaceX, Tesla, all these things. President Trump is an innovator. He is a peacemaker. He is the one that is going to transform this country. We need them on the same page. And right now, seeing it unfold in front of us in public, on social media.
All right. Okay. So B, you heard it, and you know, you and I have known this guy. I've known him a very long time, and he was a subdued Donald Trump. I think this Elon feud is weighing heavily on him, as I saw right there. I mean, you know, these events in the East Room and in the White House, he loves these. And he knows the cameras are rolling. This one, he cut it very, very short. Your thoughts on? Did you see anything? Would you agree with me or disagree with me that the Elon feud was on his mind?
You can tell something's on his mind. I agree with you 100%. He was engaged in what was going on. I don't want to discredit that. He obviously is a big supporter of police, and they love him, and he absolutely is behind that. But knowing what we know and what the world knows, you can't help but think that is on his mind right now. This should be issue number one. I mean, really, any phone call with China or Russia, Ukraine conflict or anything, that's secondary compared to making sure that this country is somewhat unified and we can move the legislation that needs to go forward, Eric, that fun stuff. People need to be reminded that if his 2017 tax cuts, if we don't get them in this bill, which I don't think there's a problem that they won't be, but everyone's taxes will go up probably around 60%. There's a lot of seriousness that's happening right now. It is interesting to watch some of the media. I've been just kind of observing in the last 20 minutes of just kind of walking around, and this is indeed, Eric, the biggest story right now. Go turn on any major legacy network. They're talking about this Elon Musk-Trump feud. I am seeing some tweets online that said that this is not the first time that Elon Musk has, use that type of language towards somebody incorrectly. So I want to go back to our original thought on this, that maybe this is one of those emotional moments that we just want to disagree with somebody and we say something that we really don't mean.
Well,
we know it's not.
I want to be optimistic like that too. I want mom and dad not to divorce too, but look what happened in the minute that we were listening to Trump. Ben, pull that, Ben, if you guys have that tweet that Elon Musk, he was referring to Donald Trump's tweet that said, easy way to say money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. And again, I point out that Trump used Elon's name, not the name of the companies who are getting the subsidies, because they're companies. But look what Elon tweeted back. He said, in light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. That is a very big setback for NASA. That joint venture between NASA and SpaceX was very, very good for both sides. It's a public-private relationship that is very good for both sides. They'll feel it, NASA. And I always have to wonder, this NASA pick that Elon Musk wanted, he wanted the NASA administrator, his name escapes me right now, and Trump pushed him back out and said no, and then Elon left. I wonder if this is part of this ongoing feud.
Yeah, no, it has to be a part of it, I would think. And one of the easiest solutions would be just make Elon in charge of NASA too, and just say, okay, you got SpaceX, you got NASA, go have fun, bring us back to the moon, which from what I understand, they're working on that.
They are.
Returning.
They are.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been.
So NASA, I'll jump in very quickly. NASA is Artemis. Artemis is the NASA project to get back to the moon.
Artemis.
Elon Musk is looking to go to Mars. The two of them were working together. It was a marriage made in heaven, so to speak, at least for the space industry. But I digress. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, I mean, that's what everyone was talking about. I can imagine in my lifetime, I was born in 1969. I didn't get to witness that, but I would witness it now if it happened again. So it is a step back, I think, in space exploration. But I'll go back. It still has this, America's got this tone right now that we should not have the two most powerful people in the world. I mean, Eric, that building right there, the White House, that is the center of the universe. And the policies that come out of the White House with President Trump send massive earthquakes across this globally, economically, can change the world. He could bring peace. He could start wars. That type of influence. And so we have two powerful people at each other's throats like they are. It's not a good thing.
So, if I may, just
the bleeding heart liberal that's saying let's all get together kind of thing.
Number one, it pisses me off that the left is going to run with this as like there's some sort of major rift in MAGA world. I hate that, but you know what? They deserve to do it because for all appearances, it looks like they may be right with that, so that bothers me. But I will tell you, you're right, that building right behind you, that grounds you're standing on are sacred, they're hallowed, they're powerful. Donald Trump's the president. He's the president of this country. He's basically the most powerful man on the planet. Elon did a great service, is doing a great service to conservatives, to Trump, to everyone, but he's not bigger or more powerful than A, Trump, or B, the office of president of the United States. So we thank Elon. I hope they do get their act together, but he's gotta let Trump be Trump. You can be a first bro, but you can't be de facto president. Final thought on that. Quick thought, Brian. Final thought.
Final thought, and I 100% agree with you. I think perhaps tomorrow, let's see what the news cycle looks like overnight. And the bottom line, that big, beautiful bill, it's got to get worked out. It's got to go to the Senate, got to take some things out, come back to the House. They'll get a chance to vote on it again. and let's just move forward, Eric. I appreciate you having me on today.
Brian Glenn, rock star, as always, jump to the camera, got it going, and we get the best flavor of certainly any White House correspondent reporter. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Before we head to break, just want to remind you about podcast and YouTube page updated daily. You can hear this show, tons of other stuff. Just do me a favor, subscribe at one of those places: Spotify, YouTube, Apple, Rumble, etc. iHeart. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes. I don't know, Mad Dog. Jump on the horn. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm a little sad. I mean, it's a beautiful shot of Washington, the Capitol. Yeah, a little sad what's going on there. About this Elon Trump thing really kind of...
It is a beautiful shot.
A beautiful shot, but it saddens me that these two are fighting like this. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit, folks. All righty, Washington buzzing right now, or, Elon and Trump's feud. But also, let's not lose sight of the big, beautiful bill, the BBB. I guess everyone decided to wait a little while before making a massive deal about this because we all knew the bill was coming. We all know. Yet it wasn't until a few days ago that everyone started fighting over it. I guess when it passed the House, it got real for the left, so they started, ramping it up. First it was Elon, then Rand Paul, which led to Trump to weigh in. Now Chucky Schumer, just watch this nonsense.
And we all know one thing. Donald Trump is just lying about the bill. Lying about the bill. Well, here's the "we are all going to die" act.
We're all going to die act? You think that was a little, hyperbolic, Chuck Schumer? Well, I do. I think you're nuts, Chucky. When Chucky Schumer isn't telling everyone that we're all going to die because of a spending bill, he's raising awareness about the illegals that our tax dollars no longer pay for. Watch.
Roughly 1.4 million illegal immigrants losing their coverage under state-funded health programs. Is reducing federal Medicaid payments to states that provide coverage to undocumented immigrants a reform that you would support?
The bottom line is this overall bill is so awful. If they want to if they got some specific issues, aim it. Don't just do a meat axe or a chainsaw across the board and cut everything. I don't know if their numbers are accurate. These are GOP numbers, but it doesn't matter.
Clown. They're cutting waste, fraud, and abuse, and they're stopping illegals from coming into this country. Exactly what Trump was voted in to do. Seems like the Fed is preparing to punish the American people because they don't like Donald Trump. You heard me right. It seems like even the Fed is considering, rate cuts. They're not doing it fast enough. But they don't want to do it while Trump is in office. Listen to Jerome Powell.
Good afternoon. My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on achieving our dual mandate goals of maximum employment and stable prices for the benefit of the American people. Despite heightened uncertainty, the economy is still in a solid position. The unemployment rate remains low, and the labor market is at or near maximum employment. Inflation has come down a great deal, but has been running somewhat above our 2% longer run objective. In support of our goals, today the Federal Open Market Committee decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged.
See, Trump is asking Jerome Powell to lower interest rates. It becomes easier to borrow money. Things get easier to purchase. Trump wants him to do it. For some reason, he doesn't want to do it. He's worried about high inflation. Inflation is coming down, folks. Inflation's coming down. Jerome Powell knows very well when the price of oil goes from $100 a barrel, $95 a barrel for the vast majority of the Biden administration, and it's hovering around $62, $63 a barrel right now, inflation is coming down. This whole idea of we're going to go slow. You were slow on the way up, and it cost Biden his presidency. Don't be slow on the way down, Jerome. CNN just said that investigating Biden is basically pointless. Yet these clowns had no problem covering the Trump investigations wall to wall on a daily basis. In fact, Republicans were even mocked for wanting to investigate the former president. Listen to this hypocrisy.
Just to look at the investigation so far, so you see on your screen into Biden allegations of political interference alleged into the Hunter Biden case, the cover-up of Biden's mental fitness, the alleged cover-up, that's what they're looking at, the use of the auto pen, particularly on executive orders. What do you make of this effort?
Well, the other key difference from when Comer was trying to rally votes around impeachment and now is that Joe Biden is no longer president of the United States. So it's a very backward-looking exercise, one that will do wonders.
So these idiots, they're losing their audience. They lied to the American people, and they can't even be honest after they realize that they're getting smoked. Sunny Hostin from The View, remember that lady, just gave her, I don't know, maybe one of her worst takes ever. Her fear-mongering masterclass of the week, let's call it that. She actually claimed, get this, that Elon Musk's and Doge's cuts to foreign aid killed 300,000 children. That's what she said. Pretty serious statement to make on national television. I'd like to see the data on this one, Sonny.
But the damage that he did was just really incredible. He slashed 250,000 federal employees, more than 8,500 contracts, more than 10,000 grants, and his cutbacks on medical research cost the lives of the foreign aid, cost 300,000 lives, mostly children. That's the damage that Elon Musk did. So I don't think anyone should be listening to him about anything.
You know, it's hard to sue someone when they're on television. It's just because there's some protections around people who talk for a living. But to claim that Elon Musk is responsible for 300,000 deaths, mostly children, as Sonny Hostin just said, you're an idiot. And you're a lawyer, Sonny Hostin. It's incredible. If I'm Musk, my lawyers are paying you a visit, subpoenaing you at The View on the Upper East Side of New York City tomorrow. I hope they do. New York needs a new mayor, no doubt. I think most of us can probably agree on that. Unfortunately, the talent pool there ain't all that deep, folks. Take a look at this campaign ad from Zoran Mamdani, the candidate for the mayor's position in New York. He's making promises to New Yorkers in a foreign language. Kid you not.
बात ये नहीं है कि मैं क्या बनूंगा, बात ये है कि मैं क्या करूंगा हमारे कम्युनिटीज के लिए और हर एक न्यूयॉर्कर के लिए। मैं हमारे शहर को अफोर्डेबल बनाऊंगा। न्यूयॉर्कर्स मुश्किल से अफोर्ड कर रहे हैं रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान। मैं ये सब बदलने के लिए लड़ रहा हूँ। रेंट फ्री बसेस, यूनिवर्सल चाइल्ड केयर और सस्ती ग्रोसरीज के जरिए। पर आपको एक सवाल पूछना चाहता हूँ, तुमने कभी किसी को वोट किया?
Hey, Mr. Mayor. Hey, jackass. Didn't you hear Trump made English the official language? If you're going to run for the mayor of the largest city in America, maybe you want to stick to English. And if that wasn't bad enough, here's another candidate to run the city that never sleeps, Adrienne Adams, who says it's her mission to protect illegals.
Let's say that you learn that ICE is planning to stop immigrants outside your hospitals for possible roundups. Would you warn them? And how would you handle this situation? You have a minute.
You know, it's work that I'm already doing as Speaker of the City Council. So I've already stepped up in leadership to do this. I've had a target on me because I refuse to erode our sanctuary city laws, and I have refused to do this. My mission is, and will be when I am mayor, is to protect the immigrants of the city of New York.
They get killed on immigration in 2024. They get crushed, destroyed. Eric Adams says, I was wrong. New York City shouldn't be a sanctuary city. Gavin Newsom says, we were wrong. We have to rethink these things. And this clown wants to be the mayor, and she will protect illegals. It's crazy. It's crazy, folks. I tell you what, hit me up on, I'm on the Rumble chat. I'm also on the Gator chat. You guys are going back and forth on this whole Elon Musk versus Trump. It's the news of the day, folks. It's the news of the day. We're going to stick with it. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in 2.5 minutes, see if Bannon's around. If not, we're going to talk a little bit more about it on the backside. All right, folks, San Francisco, California. Oh, Mad Dog, is that the volcano? Is that the San Francisco volcano?
I don't think that's a volcano. I think it's
it's a hill. Copy. All right, folks, listen. All morning, we got to talk about it. I woke up early this morning. There was a little feud that started. Seemed fairly innocent. Started out fair. A couple of shots going back and forth. Elon didn't like the big, beautiful bill. We've been talking about it. Trump was laying low. He had the German chancellor in the Oval Office laying low. So not that one yet. That got a little, after it gets, okay, you guys are showing it fast. You're firing them fast. Elon starts taking shots at the big, beautiful bill. Trump says maybe we should pull some subsidies you can do them now, to Tesla and to Starlink. And then Elon drops a bomb saying, here's the big one, the big kahuna. Trump's in the Epstein files. And then people just went apoplectic. So you know where I stand. President Trump's the most powerful man in the world. He was elected to do a job. He's doing the job he believes that the American people will benefit from the most, including the big, beautiful bill, which there are things in the big, beautiful bill that we all don't like, but we support Trump, so we do it. I love Elon Musk. He protected free speech. He kept free speech in America. He was a very great assistant to Donald Trump when he was winning the presidency. I don't know if he would have won without him. I say he probably would have won without him, but Elon thinks he had a lot to do with Trump winning. Not sure about any of that stuff. What I do know is Elon Musk is a great American patriot. So this feud, again, Elon has said, he's admitted he's on the spectrum. Okay, so if he said it, you got to take some of these tweets with a grain of, or X posts with a grain of salt, all right? He's emotional. He's reactive, okay? I hate this fight that's going on. We just hate it. These two are two great Americans, two great patriots. Trump's the best president to ever walk the earth. Elon Musk is the best businessman, best business mind the world has ever seen by multiples. I'd like this thing to go resolve itself. I don't know if it will. Maybe too much water under that bridge, who knows? But the one I really didn't like, if you can put that tweet up with Elon talking about Starlink. So after Trump says that we may pull some of the federal grants for Tesla cars and such, Elon said, well, we're going to start dismantling the space program. Now, we spent some time at NASA. This Starlink NASA partnership, it's a public-private partnership, has been phenomenal for both sides. It's been great for NASA. It's been great for Elon Musk and Starlink. It's been great for the American people. Space exploration is very important to medications, all things. This was a great partnership. It was very, very good. I hate to see this. This is the very, very negative fallout of two dudes duking it out in public, I would say. I want to remind you, we did an ice raid last week, and it was a phenomenal ice raid. I got the opportunity to Tom Homan and Christy Nome gave me this opportunity. Have a little sights and sounds from that ride long. Take a look. Early morning hours, just days ago, we were granted rare access to a major bust of some real bad hombres, Tren de la Agua gangbangers.
Hi, folks. We're going on a two Tren de la Agua members. One for murder. So we're going to deport both of these people. Law enforcement is here, present. This is what we voted for. This is what we paid for. This is what we wanted. Now look at this: 22 different officers, 7 different law enforcement agencies. This is legit. We're vested up. This could get crazy. Who knows?
Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, was the lead, but there were 7 agencies present, including the FBI, the DEA, HSI, federal marshals, and Florida Highway Patrol, among others. We blurred the faces to protect the identities of the officers. Tren de la Agua is known to use highly sophisticated facial recognition technology to identify our officers and rain down terror on them and their families. In the following video compilation, you will see these thugs get arrested and hauled off to ICE detention centers and then on their way to deportation. These raids are highly planned, highly successful, very dangerous. We're sitting here, we're waiting. We got to the location, the pre-dawn location. 22 law enforcement officers from 7 or 8 different agencies are involved. A couple of bad guys, 2 separate raids, busts, removals, I guess we'll call it. I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, so thank you. So these are targeted enforcement actions. So this particular individual that we are looking to target is a suspected TDA member. He has involvement in aggravated assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill. He also has aggravated battery, bodily harm charges. Right now, we're just setting up. We're at the location where the target may be. Our team leads on this. They're situated where hopefully this target will, they've done their homework. So the agents, the officers have done their homework. So they've been tracking his patterns.
These raids are highly planned, highly successful, very dangerous, and ultimately make our streets safer for law-abiding citizens. This day, 2 TDA gangbangers would be busted. In addition to being illegal aliens, they're wanted for assault with a deadly weapon with the intent to kill, murder, and money laundering.
Couple of bad guys, couple of really, really bad hombres off the streets, thanks to ICE. Thank you, Tom Homan and Christy Nome, for that.